What's going on, everyone? BTL's back. Sorry for the late start. I got a little busy finishing up on the head right now. But what's up? What's going on? Got my phone here for the chat room, because you guys are just a bunch of cool cats. What's going on, Pokey Al? What's up, Sparky? What's up, Kennedy? I've already installed all 5 valves here. I'm lapping the last 10. I just did a full DIY, guys, for lapping valves. I will be uploading that later tonight. So you guys can have a full actual DIY on how to lap valves. So, yay. So one bit of sucky information that happened today, or well, that's actually what's going on, is now I'm missing a keeper. I'm missing one of these stupid little keepers, and it's really annoying. So, but you guys have any questions? What's going on tonight? Oh, my old school shirt from 2019, Euro 19. Not really old school, but one of the good old car shows. What about you guys? What European car show do you guys miss so much right now? How's the stubble? It sucks. If that's the answer you want me to give you, it sucks. I've never experienced it. Now I know I have, and I hate it. Yeah, I'm trying to finish this head up, but I'm going to work a little faster than normal because I don't need to train you on, guys, on this one. But I did a full high quality 2K DIY on how to do this job. But as I'm working, I want to talk, so definitely comment. Ah, nice! 1991? Hell yeah! I meet a lot of people, but man, great car show. I bought the quad round MK2 grill off of you. Oh yeah, I remember. What's going on, Ken? What's going on, Miguel? All right, that one should be ready. How much does it cost to deck ahead and block? Well, if you're just decking ahead and Are you going to machine it? Are you going to have it honed? Are you going to have it hot tanked? Are you going to have the head valve seats grinded? Are you going to have... I mean, decking is part of the job. It's not the entire job. But every machine shop has different hourly rates. It all depends on how you send them the block to begin with. Typically, okay, when I send my blocks or my engines to the machine shop, they are completely bare bones. No valves, no freaking cams, no anything. It's just the bare head, bare block with main caps and a crank. That is it. Typically, a fully machined head, valve seats grinded, the block and head hot tanked, both the block and the head decked, all 4 cylinders honed and chamfered. Typically we pay about $400 to $500 for that entire job. Also, again, depends on the machine shop you go for, but that is my typical rate that I've been getting my engines machined for, about $400 to $500 complete. And then I do my full assembly after that. So that's very, very fair price to have a whole entire head ready. I mean, whole entire engine ready to build. What people don't realize when they take their they take a complete engine to a machine shop, they're going to charge you 2 to 3 hours for disassembly of that whole entire engine. So your $500 job just turned into $1,000 right there off the bat. Because they gotta charge you for that time for disassembly. You know, labor ain't free, man. But here at Beach House Garage, labor is always free. $100 is not bad for just decking a head. That's not bad. What's up? Why are you pointing at me? Why am I getting the finger? Why are you getting the chubby finger? Why are you doing that to me?
Because.
What did I do?
What else am I supposed to do with it? I don't know. It's good for pointing for now.
That's all it's good for. Why am I getting the finger pointed at me though? What have I done? Nothing. I've done nothing, so stop.
I can't see it.
You gotta do it to here. To here. Okay, now it's all in the camera view. Yep. That's my wife. She just jacked up her finger today. Oh, Carlene. Think they asked $40 for a hot tank too. Yeah, sounds about right. $40. Ken Stitchin, why am I rubbing the valves like this? This is called lapping valves. This is how you get old valves to seat on a machined head. You have to make them mate. So we are doing a procedure called valve lapping. It is a very important procedure when you need to reuse old valves on a fully machined head, because the old valves will no longer mate to a freshly machined head. You have to, it's kind of like a machine work, but you have to do it by hand. So it's resurfacing the valve so we can make it work and seal the head correctly. You guys can see now this is all fully grinded down in comparison to the old one. You guys can see this one's valve lap. This is a lap valve. This is not. And you'll see there's no more black stains or anything. So this one will seal now correctly. Hopefully. That is why we do this procedure. But one thing you're going to have to learn, every valve that you grind, lap, is now married to that port. This one can no longer go to this guy, or this guy, or this guy. It can only go to that one. So you got to make sure you organize that. Yeah, you're not supposed to do that, Clayton. That changes the surface area drastically. Like, don't get me wrong, it works awesome to make them look good, but doesn't mean that they're gonna seal really good. I'm not gonna hate, but oh man, that's just not what we should be doing. Just because you want to clean them. Let them have carbon in them. That doesn't hurt it in any way to have the carbon on here or on the top of the valve. This isn't, keep in mind, this isn't a direct injected engine. This is pretty much manifold injected. So you don't have to worry about crazy carbon buildup clogging up your valves and causing problems. It's not like that with the, instead of a newer again, Kennedy, again, you're probably right. It does work awesome, but it's probably something I personally wouldn't recommend to anybody. But if it worked for you, man, big thumbs up. Miguel Castañeda, torque clutch recommendation. There's a couple companies I recommend for that type of power. Write this down. ACT, really good company. Exedy, EXEDY, another company. Their stage 2, stage 3 clutches are phenomenal. Clutch Masters FX400 is a really, really good clutch. It is on the pricier side in comparison to everybody else, but the performance for that you get with that clutch is phenomenal. It is a really, really good grabbing clutch and has a really good sporty feel to it. ACT, Exedy, all make like stage 1, stage 2, but you want to stay with stage 2 or higher. It just depends. 400 foot-pounds of torque is really easy to achieve on a 1.8T. It's just how quickly you make that torque is what really matters. So my recommendation is stick with those brands and you should be good. I wouldn't turbo it, but it's doing fine. That's good, Kennedy, man. I respect that. The intake valves, we don't have to lap as much. Since they don't wear nowhere near as much as a exhaust valve, we just got to make sure that they are lapped in general, for general wear and tear and for sealing. But this is a lapped intake valve. One run with the compound and you're done. Set it and forget it and get to the next one. The exhaust valves are the ones you have to really work on. So good news today. Well, good news and bad news for today. So good news. We got our new car back. Or we got a new car. Hey Al, what's the fuses in the Corrado G60 would cause no spark? New to that type of ignition system. Ben Wall. I don't know. I can't give you an answer to that. Because our Corrado doesn't use a standard Corrado system. It uses a Mark IV. So I can't give you an actual answer on that, man. I'm sorry. I would definitely look up the diagram, the wiring diagram for that car and the fuse box, and you'll probably find an answer really quick. Joe Gibbs. So back to my sad and happy story today. So I don't know if you guys been watching my Facebook and my Instagram. Why is that? 1.8T always have bad cold starts. Mine misfires for a little bit and runs healthy after that. A lot of Mark IVs really run bad on cold starts due to the crank sensor. The crank sensor is actually like kind of like the starter of the system to get the car running great, and then after that it should run fine. So, but Ken, there's a lot of factors involved in that. Number one, not just your crank sensor, but it could be a timing issue. It could be a spark plug issue. It can be a vacuum line. It could be a boost leak. It could be, a MAF sensor. There's a lot of factors involved why your car will run like dookie right when it cold starts and then runs great after it warms up. There's a lot of little variables. You're going to have to hunt that down. I wish I could give you an actual answer for that, but there's no answer for that, man. That's a very broad question. So our 2014 Volkswagen Jetta Sport Wagon. If you guys were following my Facebook and my Instagram, pretty much had a rat problem where the rats chewed up the engine harness and the body harness, and the dealership quoted us $20,000 to fix $22,000 to fix the wiring on that car.
So that's not getting fixed.
So it's not getting it's not getting fixed at all. Wrong port for this guy. So our insurance company pretty much totaled out the car. So my what's going on, Rafael? So our insurance totaled out the car, but again, the car was totaled. We got what's it called? We've been searching since the car has been in the shop. Right off the bat, all my friends, I have a lot of good friends that work at the dealership, and the guy who worked on it is actually the foreman of the Volkswagen dealership that we took it to. And for what's his name, Kennedy, saying he didn't want the job. He actually wanted the job because it paid him almost 100 hours in labor. So he wanted that job badly.
But the car's not worth it.
But the car wasn't worth it. My buddy, again, works at that dealership. He sent me the estimate for just the parts. Parts alone, the body harness was $10,000 just for the harness. So, I would have been, the dealership, my insurance company would have taken the repair, but they found that the engine harness was chewed up as well. So that sucked.
And electrical.
And we had a bunch of other electrical problems after the rats had a feast in the freaking car. So that car is now gone. So for about 2 weeks, we've been shopping for a car. Just looking around the internet, not being serious about it. We have like a little beater car that we use just for, if something goes wrong with one of our other cars, we have a beater on the side. So my wife's like, whatever, we're not in a rush in buying a car. And I'm like, yeah, we're not. Last night at 2 a.m, my wife decides to shop online for a car, and legitimately 30 minutes from my house, someone traded in a 2015 Mark 7 Golf Sport Wagon. Okay? TDI with 50,000 miles for $16,000. And it's exactly what I had, which was a white sport wagon with all black interior and a 6-speed manual transmission. Not DSG, but a manual transmission. Exactly, Kennedy. The OptiWorks bumper, I'm gonna actually post it up today. It's already on our Patreon page, but I will post it on for you guys now for public use actually this week, because it's already been a week on there. So, ¿qué pasó? Sharp. So, we found the car, and it's super, super clean. Exactly, when the stars aligned. Exactly. The car was super clean. It's actually owned by the same dealership originally. So the shop manager owned the car for pretty much for its entire life. It was a demo car for the shop, and then he ended up buying the car from the shop and pretty much driving it for like 50,000 miles, which is what he had it at. And then he traded it in for a different car. So the cool thing is, the car has like these really crazy headlights that come from the factory for the Golf R, the ones that turn, the projector lights and have like the LEDs in it. It's the Mark 7 chassis, so it has the facelift that actually looks good. Even though I can care less for this car, honestly. But my wife wants it, so we got it.
You wanted the Mark 7.
I wanted the Mark 7 because it looks better than the Mark 6.
You wanted the Mark 7.
Because it looks better than the Mark 6.
Then you had something to
Yes, I agree. I did have some responsibility about it, but the only reason why the decision was made because it looks better than the Mark 6. Uh-huh. And it was white with a black interior with a manual transmission. So, lo and behold, we're like, oh, we got to get this car, blah, blah, blah. We show up to the dealership, and we're like, oh, we're looking for a wagon. They're like, well, here's these are the only two wagons we have. And they show us like brand new, like 10,000 mile all tracks. I'm like, I don't want an all track. Do you guys have anything else? Like, no, these are the only cars we have. I'm all like, are you sure? Do you not have any other wagons? Like, no, we don't have anything. I'm all like, well, your website says otherwise. And so she goes and goes into the store, into the dealership, and then she looks on the website and she's like, oh, yeah, this just came in.
It wasn't posted yet.
It wasn't posted, I guess, for sale yet. So, but it was for sale on their website, but I guess she had no idea they had it. So I go and I'm like, can we see it? Blah, blah, blah. We take the whole, tour. We look at it.
Play the game.
Yeah, we play the game like, oh, this is a cool car. Even though I really wanted it. I didn't want to show them that. The nice thing about the car, it was $2,000 below average selling price. And I was able to talk them down another $500. The car was not a certified pre-owned though. So which means, you guys gotta understand how the new warranty works for Volkswagen. This is super important for you guys trying to buy a new car or a diesel. We bought it because we wanted the warranty. The new Mark 7s or the Mark 6s with the TDIs, the Dieselgate warranty. So you guys listen up because this is super important. If the car is a diesel, I forgot the starting year, but to current, you are given 150,000 mile factory warranty for emissions. Okay? So pretty much the engine and the exhaust system is a 100% covered through the manufacturer all the way up to 150,000 miles. All right? So think about that, guys. Any Volkswagen you buy that has 60,000 miles has an expired warranty. But not if you buy a TDI. Buy a TDI, you got 150K. Now, what's really cool, so we we're doing all the paperwork and we started buying it. And the dealership, like one of the salesmen's all like, oh, you should get the warranty, the extended warranty. I'm all like, so what does it cover? Well, it covers everything. I go, okay, well, explain, It's like, oh yeah, I'll cover this and this and this. It's only $1,800 more for 2 years. And then the number came up, 36,000 miles. I go, I live in California. 36,000 miles is like what we do in a year. This is not gonna benefit me for $1,800. I go, I'm not buying this. So she went and go talk to her manager, and she's like, I can offer you the 3-year with 40-something thousand miles. I go, man, you can give me any number and I will drive that amount of miles in a year easily if we are busy. And she's like, is there any way I can change your mind? I go, no. It's dumb. You can't make me buy a warranty that I'm gonna run through in less than a year for 3 years. It's stupid. I know they make money. I know they make a commission off of it. I'm not gonna argue with her, So either way, she said no. And keep in mind, they straight out told me I'm buying the car with no warranty as is, like I didn't know about the Dieselgate. But I knew about Dieselgate. I'm all like, yeah, whatever. I'll buy the car no matter what. So I bought the car. In the process of it, the owner of the car, again, the service manager came up to me and started talking to me, and we started talking and talking. We made friends, and super cool guy. We started talking again. We ended up being really nice to each other, very humble to each other, cordial, I guess you want to call it. And then he left, and we said our byes, and then out of nowhere, this big old piece of yellow paper comes to me. He's like, "Hey, here." Like, what's this? I go, "Your car's now certified pre-owned." I'm like, "What?" He's all, "You know what that means?" I'm all, "Yeah, I do. I got 2 years unlimited mile warranty, bumper to bumper, that covers everything on the car for free." Like, what the hell? You just offered me for $2,000 almost 40,000 mile warranty. Now I got 2 years unlimited miles, bumper to bumper, pretty much inside and out for free. That made me feel amazing. And on top of that, I felt a little cheated at the same time, because they couldn't have just given me the certified pre-owned, seal of approval prior to all this. But I guess they were probably using it as a sales tactic. I don't know. But at the end of the day, as Mr. Kennedy said, all the stars lined up, and this is what we ended up with. So now we have cylinder 3 and cylinder 4 all done. So let's see here. Oh, we gotta pull out the stem seals now. Spars sap. Spars sap. All Volkswagen engines. Okay, just so you guys know, all Volkswagen engines manufactured pretty much currently are all use synthetic oil. Okay, they all use synthetic oil after they are assembled from the manufacturer, and they use actually Castrol European specification synthetic oil from the manufacturer. You can use standard oil. It's not a difference between it. The only difference is that standard oil is not very thin, So it's not great for hydraulic engines. These engines are fully hydraulic. So hydraulic engines don't like conventional oil. All Volkswagen engines from God knows when are hydraulic based. They're not mechanically lifted like an old school air-cooled engine where they use push rods and everything. It's all mechanical, where conventional oil is perfectly fine. Hydraulic engines where the lifters, the bearings, everything floats on oil. Thinner oil, synthetic oil that is more resistant to heat is better for these engines, period. And that's why they're manufactured and assembled using synthetic oil. What oil are you going to use to fill up this build-up? Typically, I use Castrol 530 full synthetic. But when you do a break-in, you use actually conventional oil for breaking in with high zinc. All right? I'm here for the cabeza, Mr. Bangin'. Yeah, they are expensive, man. I'm not disagreeing with you. And in Mexico, I mean, you guys will put water, cooking oil, man, make that sucker run. No disrespect, but you guys are pretty crazy out there with your cars. It's actually pretty cool. Cars in Mexico, though, are like, they just make them work, man. You know, I grew up in Mexico for a couple years. I lived in Mexico for a couple years. And definitely a whole different way of taking care of cars. Either eat or car runs. Exactly. So cylinder number 3 and cylinder number 4. And this is still number 2. Yeah, distilled water is actually, you can run full water in these cars. It doesn't affect it, honestly. The reason why a lot of people require G12 is because people don't maintain them very well. Oh yeah, man. People don't maintain these engines very well, so you can't just run straight water on them. They're not meant to run straight water if you don't know how to maintain an engine with straight water. So one thing you guys got to understand, you are allowed to run straight water and it will not hurt the engine at all. However, you have to change the water more, flush the coolant more consistently if you run straight water. But it is allowed. But it has to be distilled. It can't just be faucet water with minerals in it, because that's what causes the oxidation process to start, is mineral or salts and stuff like that. So you can do it. My buddy with the freaking V8 R32 does it, runs straight water in his car, because water alone, it has better cooling properties than actual coolant. Believe it or not. Alright. So right now we're pulling the stem seals out.
Did you email Super Clean the video?
No, not yet. Can you email them?
Yeah, I can.
Just go to my YouTube channel and copy the link. Yeah, well, you guys will freeze the block. I'm talking about for like normal conditions. No, not yet. Can you email it? Just go to my YouTube. Turn the volume down. You can hear it.
There's a channel called Pinche Nancy.
I love that now.
What is this? She's a bodybuilder, I guess.
Pinche Nancy. Oopsies. And see, Al, what speakers should I get for my golf? Just looking for a replacement, not trying to blow the doors off. They're already trying to do that itself. If you don't want to spend a fortune, personally, good speakers without costing a lot of money. If you want to use a factory like tweeter location, or are we trying to use like an aftermarket, like or a coaxial without the tweeter, like because there's two different types. You can get components where the speaker and tweeter is separate, or you can get a coaxial where the speaker and the tweeter are all in one. If we're going to try to use the factory tweeter location with a component separately, the price is a little bit more, but not that drastic. A good brand, JBL. I'm a big fan of JBL speakers.
Attention, auto detail. Auto detail is a complete business.
So if you're going to stick with components, I mean, components, again, sound better. JBLs are really good starting point if you want to be on a little bit of a budget. Infinities are okay. Stop. Infinity speakers are okay. Not a really big fan of their quality. Honestly, kickers, I don't like kickers. They don't sound very good. I'm not a fan of kicker speakers. I'm a fan of kicker subs, but not their speakers. They don't sound very good. If you want a speaker, they probably sound good on really, really high wattage, but they don't. Honestly, I'm not a fan of their speakers. They don't sound right. They lose a lot of mid-range, and I'm just not a fan of their quality. They honestly, the kickers never made good speakers. They make good subs, I'll give you that, but they don't make really good speakers. Alright, so all the stem seals are removed. So the next process is to install all the new stem seals. So to do that, we flip it back over. Okay. So what you want to do is install all your valves, and then we're going to have a special rag that holds it in place so it doesn't push the valve down when we install our stem seal. So we're on cylinder number 2 right here. Here's my box of stuff. Don't listen to Ken, Ian. I would never recommend that. Alright, we'll do those 2 cylinders really quick. So we're gonna, what I did is see how like I folded them over? Just like this. So we do this, 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 and then we stuff them just like that. And it's like stuffing a bra, you know, or your package.
How did you know about stuffing bras?
Well, I see it on TV, like back in the 80s in TV shows and movies. Kind of normal.
Say night-night, Daddy. Night-night. Night-night.
Yeah, so.
She said night-night.
Night-night, Lonnie.
Night-night. Night-night, Daddy.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
you're tired, Mama. You need to go to bed.
Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. See you, Daddy. Say bye-bye. Tell Daddy bye-bye.
So we're going to hold this down.
Bye-bye.
Just like that. And I already have my little strap here.
Keep it down.
Hold it down. Oh yeah, we're gonna definitely get an amp in that car. I'm not gonna let Ian just buy speakers. I don't let anybody just buy speakers for a car. It's a waste of money. So just hold the head with the strap like this. This just allows us so the valves don't go down. They stay nice and firm on here. Just like that. Okay, so if you don't want to, if you want to replace the speakers and not require an amplifier to make them sound better, then you want to go with pretty much very, very low resistance with a high dB rating. So a speaker like that, you're probably going to look at Infinity. Is a really good brand. You want to go with Infinity. What's another good brand that requires very low wattage to sound good? Higher end Kenwoods. I know it's kind of weird to say that, but really nice high end Kenwoods do that. What else is there? Geez, I forgot the name of that brand. MB Quartz. The new MB Quartz, the pretty much the introductory line and the mid-range line are very, very efficient with very low wattage. Most of the Mark IV stereo systems, even if you have them on soon, I believe they're 15 to 25 watts per channel. So you'll be able to give it a decent bump in sound with that. So yeah, that's probably what I would recommend. I wouldn't do Kicker because they're very power hungry speakers. They don't sound good with very low wattage. So now we're going to install 10 stem seals. Oh, Polk. Oh, I totally forgot about them. Polk Audio also is really good for low wattage sound. Or amplifiers or radios, stuff like that. Polk Audio, really good stuff too. So Ian, I'll talk to you later about that. Yeah, definitely hit it with your purse. It does make a difference. Alright, so now we're going to pop in these stem seals. Now what I'm checking right now is make sure all the stem seals seated all the way down. Do the best you can to visually inspect them. It's kind of hard because it's not a very good angle to see them in, but it's doable. So next step is pretty much reassembling. This is the most annoying part of the entire job. Doing the valve springs, keeper retainers, and then keepers. There we go. Ooh, trimmed on here. Since I'm liking this. There we go. Okay. The hardest part on a timing a 1.8T, honestly, is the is getting the not the head timed, but the head is actually really easy to time. It's a lot easier to time the head than it is to time the crank and the cam gear. The hardest part is when you time both of them, because there's such a little bit of slop on the bottom crank gear that it likes to move a tooth just on its own. It's really annoying. But the good thing about that is that when you do a 1.8T, when you do the crank, you can always, once you time it, you can always rotate it before you pull the tensioner pin and rotate it to make sure it's timed. It's pretty easy. Yeah, that's actually a better answer. Trying to get it done before I go to work the next day. Yeah, I prefer that answer all day. So what I'm trying to do is prevent this from shimmying back and forth, because that's what helps you guys do the valves on this, to do the valve compression. That should. This guy's being a little annoying. Yeah, no, don't buy the cheap AutoZone water pumps, man. If you get something from AutoZone, you don't get it from AutoZone. You get it from their third-party dealer. You go through IMC, man. You get German parts through them. You don't get the cheap Chinese parts through AutoZone. No, when I buy stuff from AutoZone, I don't actually buy it from AutoZone. I just use AutoZone as my my third party, like my dealer, you know? Gotta look for a ratcheting strap. Oh, yeah. Let's see if I can do this. Yeah, I can do this. Here, we'll do it a little differently. We'll do it 2 valves at a time. 5 valves at a time. Or 2, something like that. This is so annoying. Yesterday I had no problems doing this. Now today it's just giving me an issue when I'm live. Have a good night, Kennedy. I can't go long ways because of the stupid tool I need covers this area. I'll try it long ways and see what happens. Hey, what's going on, Ivan? See if that works. So, we got our overhead valve compression tool. That kind of fits. We'll see right now. No, it's not my only strap, but I don't want to use 2 straps. I typically don't only use 1 strap. I've never had to use 2, but for some reason I cannot get this to hold down. Again, I typically only use 1 strap for this. And I've been using the same exact blue strap for years. It's never giving me a problem except for tonight because I'm live. When I'm not live, works flawless. I don't know why it's giving me an issue right now. Perfect. All right. Now we're installing the keeper. I'm going to see if I can get you guys really close to this. So give me a second here. Because this is like super important for you guys to watch. So it's gonna get a little bouncy for a second, okay guys? I don't know if this is going to work or not, but we're going to try it. So I'm trying to get you guys a really good angle here, but it's not going to work. Yeah, everywhere I put you guys, this thing's in the way. Damn, that sucks. Yeah, I can't get you guys in the right spot. I need to buy one of those like little octopus grabbers that holds everything like really nice and firm. That way I can get you guys just right there. Because this, again, you guys need to see this one spot right here. And again, I can't get you guys without falling down. Maybe I can zip tie this here. Yeah, I can zip tie that. Yeah, that'll work. Ah, the power of the zip tie. Oh. There you go. This is perfect. Let me just get a zip tie on you guys. Oh, that worked. All right. Very cool. All right, so now this is what matters when doing a stupid head. I lost my little... Okay. So you'll see here's a little keeper. Okay? Now, I'm doing one side at a time because it's hard to do both keepers at the same time. So, what we're trying to do is compress the valve. Okay? So, we're going to compress the valve. We're going to keep the keeper. As we're going down, and then that happens. Come on. Alright, so that's annoying. Give me a second here. I'm going to try a screwdriver that's not magnetic. Let's see if this helps. Ah, gotta have the magnet. There we go. Ah, come on. You can see why this is really frustrating. You can see why this takes so long. Ah. And you gotta do 20 of these, technically 40 in total. So you gotta do every keeper. Ideal way is to get it from the back, push down and in, just like that. That's how you want it to go in. And then you get the next one. And you do it again inside the same exact valve. But this time around, what you want to do before you even get that valve, that keeper in, you want to do is make this keeper go down. So you want to rotate the keeper pretty much clockwise all the way to the bottom. Around 6 o'clock is where you want it. That way, it pushes it centers the valve itself and gives you. Ah, crap. And then that happens. Keeper pops out. And you gotta do it all over again. This is where your patience. This is the way that the machine shop taught me how to do them. I watched one of the guys from the machine shop do this, and he did he installed all 20 in 30 minutes. I mean, obviously, skills is required, but I get lucky and I can do them all pretty quick. And then I get unlucky, and then this is how it happens when I do it live. Oh my God, my patience is running so thin right now. The problem is with tweezers or needle nose pliers, you can't get them in here. I tried it before, and they just can't get in where they need to get in to help you guide them and push them in place. I tried it. Nothing works better than a flathead screwdriver, honestly. But it's so annoying because there's this tiny little piece of metal that you're trying to mate to a freaking shaft here, and all right. Yeah, but you gotta understand, this goes down with a lot of force, and one of those needle nose pliers can get stuck and then damage pretty much the keeper or score the surface area, and then you're going to create a little bit more problems or jam. You can get a keeper to jam, and then that's it. If they jam really hard, you can permanently like seize it in here. It's a pain. I've had it happen. I got it out lucky, but it damaged the keeper, and that's what I don't want to do, is damage the keeper itself. The issue is that this screwdriver is just too magnetic, and it's giving me a little bit more headache than it usually does. I don't know why it's so magnetic right now. It wasn't 2 days ago. I didn't magnetize it. Okay, so there's one. There's two. See? That's how you're supposed to do it. That's it. It's installed now. It's not supposed to take that long, honestly, but it happens. You get sessions where you do this, and what should take you like 2-3 minutes per valve ends up being like a 5-10 minute session, which is really annoying. But you can see the amount of work required for such a simple job. It's a lot of work, guys. Watch, I'm gonna get this one done. This is what I mean. Like, sometimes they just go in without any hesitation, and then sometimes they just hate me, you know? See? That one done. Oh wait, I'm not. Yeah, these are not This one's not compressed yet, so it might not let me. Yeah, it might not work. I'll give it a try, but it shouldn't work. Because these are not compressed, so the valve will push down if I push down on the valve at the wrong angle. Well, we'll see. There's one. The goal is to get the valve, well, the keeper, oh, I had it. I had it so close. And there we go. Cut the zip tie and move you guys over to the next angle. So you guys could see that pretty clearly, right? See if I can zip tie you guys here in place. All right, that should work. We'll see right now. So when doing these, the key is to center the valve retainer. So you can see if this tool is centered, this guy right here, and the way when it presses down is also centered, the valve won't go down. You'll see that. And that's kind of the goal, what we want whenever you compress these. All right, Ian, have a good one. Uh-oh. Didn't want that to happen. Oh, now it's stuck. Now the valve is stuck. Oh, yeah. This is what I didn't want to happen. Yeah, now the valve is stuck with the keeper. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to call it a night, and the next step after all these valves are done, we're gonna show you guys how to install the cams live. We're gonna show you guys how to time the cams, because apparently no one knows how to time cams. It's so easy to time on these cars, but now we have this thing stuck here, and now I gotta unstuck it and figure out get it unstuck. But looks like not many of you guys are gonna watch tonight, so we'll call it a night for you guys live, but I will come back tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Probably a little sooner than normal. And we'll show you guys how to do the finish off the head. I'm going to do all the valves tonight. And then from there, I'll leave the chain and all that for tomorrow for you guys. So you guys can see that tomorrow. And then we'll go and finish that off. Alright? So thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for the great chat. And you guys have a good night. Peace out and be safe out there. And as always, here at Pinchado's Garage, we're gonna break, we're gonna fix, we're gonna repeat. Peace out and have a wonderful day.